just taking it slow. Somebody show me the door. You know, just taking it slow. Somebody show me the road.
Galvo, music. Galvo, music. Galvo.
Yo, my niggas, what's up? We're back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Trey.
I'm Malik.
And I'm Stevie.
And you are listening to Him Podcast.
Girl,
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
Hey, all right. We're gonna do what we do.
We're switching it up.
All right.
Okay.
So
Rangers.
I want to hop right into it because we have somebody with us that I absolutely adore. One of my
out.
favorite Black queer creatives has granted us the immense privilege of being with us today. He is an artist, an illustrator, a dancer, a model, an author, and an internet personality. We have Thaddeus Coates, otherwise known as Hippie Potter, with us. Hey, what's up?
Hey guys.
Hey.
Come on out.
Multi-hyphenated.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Okay. And
Like when I say ridiculously talented, just like in every direction.
and can I add snack on that list too?
Yes.
Meal.
Also,
Just
a
throw it out
6
there.
foot 6 inch
Okay.
meal.
Come on.
Okay.
What
The
inches?
height, baby.
I got all the information.
You got.
I've done my research.
You did. You.
Come
I'm
on.
Oh
proud.
yes,
More
it's
research.
actually happening.
Six
She's
foot
searching the girls.
six.
Watch out.
Love
Background
it.
checks on you.
Everything is there.
Come on. So how you doing, babe?
I'm doing really good. Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Absolutely. We're so glad that you're here with us. So I want to ask you, because first of all, I have like a lot of questions that I want to ask you that I haven't already.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know. So first off, I want to focus on the modeling thing because you are a model for American Eagle.
Yes.
And you have adverts in stores and billboards, like, that sort of thing. We've seen you in the streets.
Yeah.
I want to know how that happened. I know that's like a really random thing to start on, but like these questions have been like burning in my soul. So like I would love to know how that came about.
Okay, so I linked up with a creative via Twitter. His name is Jazan, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I always told him, I would always post pictures on Twitter, and I would always be like, I want to model for ASOS. This is what I want to do. And so he was like, all right, I got you. I was like, all right, so be my manager. And so he was like, all right, cool. So he was my manager or whatever. He was just like finding me like different gigs and jobs and stuff and things. And so he linked me with this group called Cast Partner.
Okay.
And they help like pool different people who are like looking to be cast in different things, and so on and so forth. So I went like to this place in Brooklyn, and I went to go get my pictures taken or whatever. And I was just there. I didn't expect anything to happen. I was just like, all right, I'm just going to go. I half-heartedly expected anything to happen. I was like, all right, he's playing. It's not even going to be real.
Right.
It's whatever. And so, And so then I was in class, and the lady from Cast Partner, her name is Katie. She was like, we have a client that wants to see you. Here's the address, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm like, all right, cool. I tell my teacher, my professor, I was like, I'm not going to be here next class. I have a casting. She was like, for who? I was like, I'm not going to tell you yet because, I ain't going to jinx nothing. Nobody going to know nothing.
That's real.
Wow.
So I went, it was right up the street from FIT. So I went and I go and like, it's American Eagle, but it's like American Eagle corporate. So I'm just like, all right, I don't know what this is about. Then this lady greets me. Her name is Laura, and like she's so sweet. And she was like, "Hey, are you Thaddeus?" I was like, "Yes, that's me." She was like, "Okay, so I have some jeans I want you to try on, see if they're gonna fit or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay." I like go to dressing rooms and I be over it because I have to try on jeans because it's just a lot of work for me to like.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm 6'6", so like clothes are just like, all right, either you're gonna fit or you're not gonna fit. We're not gonna play this game. And so I go in the bathroom and I put on these jeans and like I'm like, wow. Like I put on the jeans and the jeans fit me like they were made for me. I was like, this is crazy. So like I like go open the door and I come out and she's like, they look great on you. And I was like, they do.
Feeling
So
your
stay.
shit.
Like I did a little spin
Feeling
and she was
your
like, yeah.
fucking shit.
And like she was already on like FaceTime with like the corporate office, like execs. And so like I'm stepping out of the bathroom, turning around, strutting my stuff, and they're like, they look great on him. We love it. We want him. And I'm just like, all right, they want me. They really want me. This is crazy. And so she was like, there's a market for you because there's not a lot of guys who are of your size and your stature and your age. So like the guys that are usually like my size and stature are all like in their 30s or whatever. So like they're super old and they don't have, well, they're not super old. 30 isn't old. I'm so sorry for who's listening.
Keep it cute.
Oh my God.
Keep it cute. I'm close.
I
Keep
know.
it cute.
I told my age. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sweet Lord.
I'm so sorry. But anyways,
Who the girls gonna read out?
I'm so sorry.
Be forgiving, loves.
Okay, but anyways, they're all like older than I am.
Right.
So in that respect, there was a market for me, and that was the first time I heard that there was a spot for me in an industry that I know for a fact doesn't cater to people who look like me. And so I got casted with American Eagle. And so then I was on set, like this really cool warehouse, and like it was me and like, I guess they street cast it because it was me and two other guys who never modeled before, like professionally. So it was me, Luke, and Yanel, us three. We're all like the same size and stature. We're all big guys in different vicinities, and different like colors on the spectrum. Like Luke is white, I'm pretty sure. Yanel is darker than me. And I'm like a middle, like caramel, a little real cute and stuff.
Come on now.
So all three of us hadn't had experience, but there were also two other models who, like, you can tell they were in the game. They were killing it. They were foreign. They were like, I'm coming from Barcelona just to shoot with American Eagle. So we're on set, and I'm just like, wow, this is it. Like, this is really it. I'm really here. Like, I really made it. So I come hair fresh, get my little makeup done. They put like little gloss on my lips and filling the whole little thing. Then what tripped me out is that like they got like personalized omelets. So like the guy making my personalized omelets just for me, and I'm just like, wow, Naomi
We
Campbell,
fucking
who?
stand.
Like,
Okay.
you felt like a superstar, didn't you?
Literally.
Listen, you had to do what you had to do.
But the moment that I knew that it was for me is that like I stepped on set and they were like, Thaddeus, you can choose whatever song you want to choose. Just give us like your thing. Just do you. And so I gave them my playlist. I put on 99.9% by K Tronada. Love K Tronada.
Yes.
Anything by him. And so like then they put everything, like they put like the music on, and I was just like going, and I was like moving through the motions. They were loving it, and I was just being myself. I was laughing, I was having fun, and I looked good in what they had me in.
Yes.
I felt comfortable, and it was just like such a coming of, like, it was like the moment. Like I can say in my Whitney Houston voice, wow.
What a moment.
One of those most pleasing to me in my career.
In my career.
I feel that. That was the moment
Yes.
that was most pleasing to me in my career.
Excellent. Now, the reason why I wanted to start with that story time is because the conversation that I want to center around being a Black creator, a Black creative, you know, in this world and navigating that, the ups and downs, and, you know, I want to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, talk about our triumphs, and I also want to talk about our failings and the times where we don't actually make it to where we want to be, because we're all, you know, Black creatives, we're all Black creators, you know, we all do things. You know, Stevie makes video content, internet personality, Malik is a writer, Trey, you do graphic design. I write sometimes.
Sell yourself correctly, man.
What?
I don't know.
I know. It's okay.
I
No
do
shade.
things.
You're
Girl,
pretty-
you
Anyway,
a media
you're-
personality. That's
he's
not
a-
considered you, honey.
And Thaddeus, of course, you have your expansive resume.
Multi-hyphenated
And
record
so
of resume.
I wanted to talk about, you know, just being a Black creative and what that means. Like, you know, waking up every day and like, how do you just like, you get out of bed? Do you just get out of bed with like a song in your heart and just like, oh, these are my ideas and they're gonna come to life today?
Oh,
and it's
no,
like a
not
Disney
Snow
movie.
White.
So like, how does it happen for you, Trey? Like, what do you like? Just like, not to be too broad, but like when you wake up, like, do you wake up with creative energy?
No, I dread
Do you have to summon it?
getting out of the fucking bed every morning.
Okay.
Oh my God.
No. I mean, being a creative is what I feel like. There's no like motive. There's like, I do what I'm passionate. And so when I'm passionate about something, I do what I can to kind of fulfill that. So I don't want to say that I'm not a graphic designer. Like, I don't really go in that lane. Like,
Okay.
I do it every once in a while. I'm learning it. But social media, branding, crisis management is my field. Like, that is what I'm about. That's what I do. That's what I'm great at. That's how I know my passion. That's what I fulfill. And so not being able to know, like, waking up in the morning and knowing, like, if I don't do this, I won't be fulfilled and I won't be happy. It's dreading because I have to go to fucking school. And so that's like the most dreading part of kind of.
So it's an obligation, you feel like.
What? School? Yes.
School or the things that you do, like your career, your field, like the things that you want to do with that. Does it feel like an obligation?
No. It feels like just regular life. Like, it's just like waking up and brushing your teeth in the morning. It's just something that you do.
Is that natural for you?
It's a natural moment. It's a natural feeling. I think depends on, it's not with every creative, but for me, like, I think of ideas and social media and content 24/7, 365. You guys know that I really will wake up and send you guys shit randomly, like,
girl,
hey, this
Yeah.
is what I've been thinking of.
You good for that? Like,
And you bitches,
what do you guys think? I'll be
and
like,
let me be clear,
girl.
they ignore me and I live for it, because then they'll be like, "Oh, I stand for this." 3 weeks later, after I sent them,
we took some time and marinated it.
It's been like 3 weeks, and I've been like sending the same shit. And Aaron just hits me like,
That's so amazing.
"Girl, I stand for this design."
That's Aaron.
And then I'll be
Aaron
like,
all
"Bitch, I
day.
sent it to you 3 weeks ago."
I'm
You
like, it
can't
didn't-
stand
it
this."
didn't matter
Lowercase
then.
letters and everything.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for it.
And it always comes out in lowercase letters, like Stevie
I
said.
stand,
It comes
period.
with one period, no
That's it.
extraness,
Nothing.
never an emoji.
Very
None.
simple.
Yes, I just want to let you know. It's very assertive and it's very there. It's
That I click
clear.
that in and just I like
And we
it.
said that. Yeah, come on.
Just want to.
Okay.
So I want to does it feel like an obligation to you, Malik? Like, do you feel like you need to write something? Do you feel like you need to produce something, or like you're not doing as well as?
I want to say, like, clarify, like, the definition or the context, what need is.
Okay.
I think that, like, need for me, or with this project, there was a bit of desperation. And when I say desperation, like, a need to, like, get my voice out there and to get the things that I wanted to discuss out there. So there was a sense of urgency, but it wasn't like forced. Like, nobody was making me do it. It was my own volition, but it was like outside of my body almost. You know, I had something like calling me, like, this is what I should be doing.
Yeah.
And so in a sense, it is an obligation because it's such an urgent matter, and it's so important that, like, you have to do it in order to feel better, in order to, like, you know, go on to day. So I don't know, I guess, yeah, it's an obligation, but a good one. And I don't know, with me stepping in the career, like being an educator and getting into teaching and stuff and working with children, it's been really happy to finally, like, be doing what I love and not have to get up and go to a job that you don't necessarily like doing.
Yeah, because that could stifle your creativity.
No shade. And I've been working, like, in the corporate, you know, just in an office setting for so long, and I stepped away from it and, you know, went to school, and now working, like, in the classroom setting. It's such a big change, and it's a welcome change. So yeah.
That's excellent. I want to pivot to Stevie.
You talk about the girl who's always on doing things on video, Miss Thing. You talk about me.
I would like to add, I want to know from
up?
you. So Malik said that, you know, he's, you know, being an educator, going to school, what have you. That is not the lane that you're in.
Absolutely not.
So I want to know from you, like, so what does it feel like from you when you wake up in the morning? Like, do you feel like you have to make something?
Absolutely.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
Why?
Because I have a lot of people who look up to me in the sense of, I am an inspiration. I am always happy. I am always making them smile. I am always laughing. I'm always doing something that's my character as a whole. I am always doing something.
So it's a responsibility for
Absolutely.
you. Okay.
Absolutely. And if I don't take the reins, no one else will, in my sense, in my mind. If I don't do something for certain people, they will be like, "Oh, bitch, where you at? Same thing when we don't release an episode on time. They're like, Stevie, where you at?
Dude, they be knocking on our door.
Hey,
like,
bitch, where you at?
You know, what happened?
Where's your deal, y'all? Where's the bitch, the podcast is not up. Where you at? I'm like, girl,
On
Don't
it.
come for me,
baby,
don't ask
I'm
me no
coming.
questions.
I'm going to give you something to laugh at instead of the
Look, I'm
podcast,
happy they
bitch.
come for y'all because they don't come to me.
They come,
don't ask
girl,
me
they
no
be
damn
blowing our shit the
questions.
fuck up.
Yeah.
Blowing me the
Ask me no
fuck up.
questions.
Tim
About where they
stays. He'll text me like
Where
in
episode?
a fury. Like,
And it be your real
Where?
girlfriend.
Your real
Yeah, they-
girlfriend. It be Tim and Stacy.
The girl
Where's
that
the
got
episode,
your phone
girl?
on.
I'm like,
calling you like, bitch, where's the episode? I'm like, bitch, listen, we had to take a little break. You gotta fucking wait. That's it.
I got somebody.
We got
once-
60, 70 episodes for you to listen to. It's no shade.
Shit. I got we got something once where it was like, bitch, this is too short. I was like,
Excuse
bitch,
Were you in the fucking
Short.
studio, bitch? No, you were not. So you
girl,
don't know what
you
it
better
took.
sit and listen for this damn 40 minutes.
35 sometimes. No shade.
But
you gotta
no,
wait.
I mean, I think it's a great feeling to feel that people want to hear you and see you and look up to the fact that you're courageous enough to kind of put yourself out there on this, like, I don't want to say pedestal, but like on the platter and like ready for people
Platform
to
for
dig
you to
at
get
you,
you, yep.
every 5 seconds, because I think now it's like, let's be as not perfect, but just let's be as controlled as possible with the things that like we say on Twitter. Like everyone, it's a lot of, not, I don't want to say group think, but it's a lot of like, we all agree, we all have the same mindset, we all think this way, and if you don't think like this,
Fuck you.
bitch, you're blocked, you're
Fuck
muted. Let's drag you through the Twitter streets.
You won't.
Like, it's like that. So I think with just being a creative, I think it's about having that voice to be like, I'm going to say or do or present things that may not be in the quote unquote mainstream, but I want you to take this apart. Like I'm open to whatever comes at me because I love this so much.
Yeah, be the voice of the people.
Thad, do you ever feel pressure to create more content or create content like, hey, I got to make something today because I didn't make something yesterday, or, you know, what have you? Like,
So I had like this philosophy maybe like last year or like when I started creating in general, and I was like to create daily, but also to create in different ways so that way it's not monotonous.
Yeah.
And you're not doing the same thing. Personally, I'm always inspired to do things. Like when I wake up, I'm like inspired by the song, and like the song kind of like that I'm listening to at the time kind of trickles over to like the rest of my day. So I view it as like me, myself being like a beacon of light almost, and like whoever comes into contact with my energy could like take that.
yes.
So it's not like a responsibility to me. If anything, it's like a gift.
yeah.
So
Oh, that's beautiful.
I like sharing it, you know?
Come
As you
on.
should. Come on out.
We
No shade.
stand.
Come on.
All right. So,
I'm sorry.
go.
I want to go back to the whole obligation thing. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think in a lot of ways it can be used as like inspiration to, you know, the grind to get it out and to produce whatever you produce. But when we were the episode that Lamont was on, when we were talking about like the whole social media thing and creating content, sometimes it can be your worst enemy, like perfection and just you being in your head.
right, because you could be your own worst critic. You know what I'm saying? You dissect your own stuff worse than anybody else ever will. Girl.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know, however you so choose to use that obligation, it's just like that's kind of what.
I think all these things are good because, Trey, you made points that gave me passion. You made points that gave me obligation. You made points that gave me responsibility.
Coming out.
And you tied it all together with making it like all these things are not bad things. They're good things. Yeah. You know, so.
Because they're helping all. And the reason why I said that is because, like, going back to the whole people wanting us to put out episodes, we had received the advice from XD to kind of like not take so many breaks and kind of, you know, be producing an episode every week. And at first I kind of didn't understand the reasoning to that advice, but you have to understand that the industry is so saturated with whatever industry you are in. And with us, respectively, it is podcasting. And so for us to be off for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, it hurts us. You know?
It does.
And we don't see the effects right then, but you
the
know.
bitches be hitting us up like,
People-
bitch, where the
I mean,
fuck y'all at?
It's about like getting in where you fit in. Once you find your niche, you found your niche, and I like to keep my foot on people's necks.
Now, keep that foot right
I don't
here.
like to have any. I don't want to alleviate any pressure, so you can find another outlet or another source. Because I feel like once you represent, I mean, it's yes, I'm all for camaraderie and everyone getting in the piece of the pie.
No, wait a minute.
Also, I
Wait a
like
minute.
competition,
Yeah.
and I feel like
This all
if
fucking
we're
pie.
if we're not producing shit every week, y'all gonna find someone else.
Wait, could you,
who's
I
producing
just
shit
want to
every
say,
week.
do you know how many podcasts have come after we started doing our shit?
I
It's
just
no
know-
shit.
I
I don't really
all the
think
time.
that
I'm not
Okay.
in that conversation.
We're not doing this today. We're not doing this today.
Listen, I am
An
that girl.
Aries,
I am
a
that
true
Trey
Aries.
is-
I am that
I'm
girl.
not in that conversation.
A lot of girls follow this
not
trend.
my,
It's no
this
shade.
is not my message.
Hold on now. Let's reel it
I'm
back.
chopping the
I'm
girls'
not,
Sharon.
I'm not,
Let's
that
reel
was
it back.
not my
Let's reel it back.
message.
My DMs are open. It's no shade. I don't give a fuck. I'm that girl.
Let's reel it
Been
back.
that.
Okay. All right. So
But
yeah,
I
that's-
think
that's why I wanted to say that.
I want to take it.
That's why I wanted
But-
to say that.
But I think also there's challenges that come just not with just creating every day, right?
Boom.
There's things like your mental state,
Yes.
it just when it comes to relationships and other things, whether it's your family life, your romantic life, the people that you may create with, it's like everything that kind of hits you. It's not just that one rainstorm. It's like a typhoon some days.
Yep.
So
most def.
I'm glad that you said that because I want to talk about like, okay, so what about when the inspiration isn't there? What about when, you know what I'm saying, you're not feeling it? And when I say not feeling it, like, okay, not today, but like you feel like you're blocked. Like, what do you do then? So I want to ask you first.
Come on,
that,
Thaddeus.
You know, like, what do you do when there isn't any creative energy flowing at all?
I step back and I take a break. I also know that so that was my mantra like 2 or 3 years ago, but as I've grown as creative in the field, I do understand that just because you're not creating for everybody else to see does not invalidate your creativity. You know, like just because you're not creating for everybody else to see does not make you any less of a creative.
Right.
If you recorded a song and you're singing, you didn't put your song out yet, you're still a singer.
Coming out.
You know, like if you have a piece that you're working on and you're still working on it and it's not finished just yet, you're still an artist.
Right.
Like, so the pressure to me, like, because I used to feel that, like, when I was, like, trying to make it.
Yeah.
Like, when I was trying to, like, I don't know, I feel like I was trying to,
You were hungry.
yeah, and I was like, this is who I'm going to be, and this is what everybody's going to know me as. But, like, I was like, all right, now, like, I'm grown into it. I'm just like, if you know who I am, you know what I do. You know what I bring to the table. You feel me?
Wait a minute. I want to bring up a story because Thaddeus, you tipping, but I remember when we first met and I had my motherfucking foot on your neck.
Oh, wow.
When we first met.
Yeah.
We went to, I forget where we went, but
That's
we
a
met
club
up.
that's closed now, I think.
Yeah. G Lounge. And me and Thaddeus met up when he first moved to New York. And I gave him very much of, bitch, you have something. And he was telling me the same thing. And I was just like, no. This ain't about me. Right. This is about you.
I remember it.
You have something very, very special.
2 years ago? 2.5 years
Maybe
ago?
2 years ago. However long you've been in New York,
It's about 2 years
So I gave you that information. I'm just like, bitch, you're going to be something. So I want to say personally, face to face, that I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Because we had that conversation. I'm just like, you're like, Stevie, you're going to be on TV. I said, no. It's not about me. Baby, you're new to New York. You're going to be that bitch. And you are. Yeah. So I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Aries to Aries, come on out.
I love that.
That part. I just
But
want to
yeah,
sneak that in.
how I like alleviate the creative block when I do experience it is because I'm like I could do other things besides like art. I might take a step back and listen to some music, and then I'll dance for a couple of things, see if I can get some energy flowing there. Because like energy, like once you get it going, it's not going to stop. So I just take a step back from it, and I don't like beat myself up on about it. And I love like when clients are very understanding of the creative process, because like even right now I'm working on like this Zodiac series for this amazing company called Quirktastic. They go off and like I have to do 12 Zodiacs. I did like 6, but like I'm on myself so I can finish it before the month is out. So if I don't finish it, y'all be on me, please.
That's what I was going to ask about next deadline. So like when you don't always feel it, but like you know that you have a deadline coming up. And you have to create something and have that turned in by then.
You better make something in between.
Yeah.
No
You know what I'm
shade.
saying? Trey, you fell out. What?
I just be like, girl, I ain't got it.
That's a damn shame.
I ain't even got it on me.
That's a damn shame.
I mean, here's the thing, right? I do things that have deadlines, and certain times, I I'm not going to rush something and give you some BS to be like, oh, I made the deadline. And so then you can tell me 5 minutes later, like, this isn't up to par. This isn't what I like.
But see,
and
eventually,
I know that you are
I'm not
good
listening to
enough
those
to do
girls.
something different. Why would you give me this? And then it looks bad on me 5 minutes later.
See, but then what if it's a hard deadline, one that you can't
It's
just be
you
like,
need to have
oh
it.
yeah,
It's no
I don't
shade.
have it right now, and I'll have it then. Like you have to have it.
Well, here's this. I think it depends on what type of deadline it is. If it's a hard deadline of the project has to be out finalized and out by the first of the month, then it's different, right? There is mechanisms and things to kind of push you through. Like you have already probably started the project and you've already gotten to enough of the pace where you're like tweaks here and there when you're finishing the project. That's for me. So for me, I can push myself to do or force something that like, okay, there's tweaks here and there. They're fine. Like
yeah, I just have to do it.
I'm just having to do it. If it's like a deadline for like the first draft, girl, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, sis, what happened was it just ain't gonna be on time, and I give you, and then I also give a due date as well. Like I'll be like, it's not done now, but I'll have it done by this point because I think it's important for if you have clients and stuff like that to give them an understanding that, hey, I'm not like just flaking on you or like I'm not just not doing what you asked or paid for. I'm doing it. But right now, life is hectic and it
Getting
may be
hectic out here.
motherfucking retrograde. And so give me some time and some space. Like my boss told me, like he was talking to me one week and was like, well, retrograde is next week and I'm not doing no deals during that week or having no conversations. And I was like, understandable. Okay.
I got some time.
What does that mean?
Retrograde.
I was trying to like
throw the girls
Google
off.
it.
It throw the
It's
girls
in
off.
percolate.
It
What's
throw-
going on? I have no idea. I have no idea. Like I'm trying to Google what that means for like Aries. Like I'm like looking
Don't.
it up.
No, girl.
They do us
It
this.
just
Girl,
basically,
don't do it.
Basically means everything is
Mercury is in
backwards.
marmalade, bitch.
Come on, Marmalade.
Okay.
I ain't playing with you, Aaron. Get
I
the fuck out of here.
don't have time.
I ain't playing with her.
I can't do it.
I don't know the logistics of it, but the definition of retrograde is like,
Right.
backwards. So everything is like.
But I
So
flip.
speaking of shit being in retrograde,
shit.
so how do you create when you're in times of emotional upheaval, when you're
Oh.
angry,
Oh, I'm
when you're
done.
sad, when you just got broke up with, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No, here's my thing. I'm delivering the energy that I have. It's no shade.
so it's like whatever
I'm feeling.
however
No,
I'm feeling,
because
that's what you get.
And no, the reason that's what I'm gonna give is because there's probably somebody who's feeling the same exact way that I'm feeling, and like, bitch, you know what? I'm feeling the same exact way. If you feeling real funky today, bitch, I'm feeling funky too.
So say
no
later
shade.
later in your career when you're like a host of a show or something, you still
Oh
gonna
no,
be
when the coin
angry?
is coming, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like
No, when the coin is
Wendy
coming.
can't be like I got an attitude. I can't go out. You feel me? Like she gotta go out.
But no, I ain't in Wendy's chair yet. It's
Well,
no
so,
shade.
what I'm saying, I mean, like, I'm not saying that that's your ultimate
Hold
goal,
on.
but it's like right now, shouldn't you be creating content that you would want to see?
Yeah,
Or like-
I in my opinion, I am. I am.
I don't know.
I
I'm not.
am.
No, this is not an attack. I'm sorry.
No, it's not. It's
This
not.
is
I'm
not an
answering the
attack.
questions.
I'm just. I want to.
Yeah.
But I think also, like, I think for me, I create through the anger or sadness or whatever.
Right.
And that may be an outlet. Is what Steve says. I think if you create through it, sometimes
It's gonna be some of your
it
best
kind
shit.
of has. It can be some of the best work that you've had because you're digging from a different emotion.
Come on.
Now, I don't know. I think for me, because I do content creation and social media and stuff, like I'm not tweeting out, I'm so sad, I hate everything. Like I'm not tweeting that out. But like when it comes to like creating like our graphics and our promos and stuff, some of the shit that has happened, like it just made me like dig in and go like play around and be sad.
Yeah.
And it's become some of like our greatest, the
Content.
things that you guys love
Yep.
the most.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's about all the ways of how you utilize that emotion
Coming out.
and taking that emotion and dispersing it in a way that benefits you in the end.
Yeah.
I was gonna go back to actually the other question.
Go ahead,
Girl.
No, it's okay.
You go.
I had some
Sit down.
important.
Take it back.
I had important talking points, but I wanted to say now that I didn't know how important it is for like sleep and maintenance of your mental health.
Okay, come on now,
Sleep
Malik.
especially.
A bitch goes to bed early.
Spice
But
it up, Miss Thing.
it's also like it's a catch-22 because most creatives, they're like worn out and tired from creating, you know? But like I said, I just recently, you know, I am more into like resting and like going to therapy because, you know, again, you're stressed out, you're broke, you're whatever. And you have all of these other elements that you're battling along with like, you know, the trouble with creating and all of that comes with that. So it's just like sleep is important, so get your rest. But when I am going through issues or whatever, I don't know. Like I guess I hate to say it, but I think like the only thing we have at that point is to push through, bitch. Like what else you gonna do, you know?
Come on out.
And even with us, like when it comes to recording, it's just like, well, bitch, girl, you know you gotta record every 2 weeks. Bring your ass
Talk
up in
your
this
shit,
motherfucking
bitch.
studio,
Listen, 'cause
girl.
sometimes-
Go ahead and bang it out for 2 hours, bitch. Get
I
back
said,
on the train.
sometimes it don't like. Sometimes I'll be like,
We not feeling it. It's
That's
okay.
it. Yeah.
It's sometimes.
But it also in that whole like exhaustion, we create beauty, you know? And I think just the whole over itness.
Because it been.
Yeah,
come on
like
out.
it's just like we have to get over ourselves and just, you know, come to the middle and we create and bitch, we go home.
And we
that's
do,
that.
yeah. And we give y'all some good shit.
Yeah.
No shade, because y'all girl is
That's
living.
it. That's it.
So I want to ask Thaddeus.
Now,
It's like an
Can you ask
exclusive.
the good questions? Are you dating anybody? Like, what the fuck?
Girl,
I want to know about,
she
like,
wanted the
are you
questions.
chatting with the girls? What's going
you
on?
playing
Like,
it in the
Here's this.
streets?
She
Come
gave.
on.
Wait, she gave Aaron the
I'm
reins.
sorry, but he
and
don't
then
never
said, "Bitch, you
answer-
ain't
he
being
ain't the
messy
right
enough
question.
for
You
me."
was asking. We want to know the tea.
Right,
no
no
shade.
shade.
So here, let
Right,
Malik.
okay, so
give
Malik
his
wants to have an
messy
Ellen
moment.
interview.
Thank
So
Look,
So who you dating?
Who you playing with in
Who
these
you-
streets?
Who you meeting with?
Welcome to New York, bitch.
okay.
Right now,
It's all right. You in good company. No shade.
right now, there are people who want to talk to me, and I don't know. I'm just being dumb. This is what it is. I'm being dumb. That's what it is. Cause I know, like when I want somebody, I want them, and that's on period. And I know that I'm going to get them. But people just be playing games, and I don't have time.
Listen.
and it's just like
Is that an
too
eerie thing?
much. It
niggas
is.
be playing hopscotch.
It is. It's like a lot, but a lot of people are interested in like trying to get to know me. But I feel like because I want to reserve myself for somebody who I actually want. But you know how like so you want somebody.
Come on.
And then like
This is what I want.
Right, feed us a scenario.
okay, so people be wanting you,
Come on,
but you
y'all.
don't want them, but you want somebody who probably don't even want you, but ain't gonna tell you they don't want you. Like,
But
just
you gonna
tell
keep
them.
flirting. You gonna keep
Oh, hell
When
no.
But
I
you're gonna
say-
keep flirting until
When
it's not
I
there?
say I
Yeah.
understand exactly what you're talking about. Here's the thing, and y'all get tired of me saying this all the fucking time.
We never
but,
get
like,
tired of you saying anything. Go ahead.
I swear, it's like the open channel communication shit that starts like even in like casual dating or like casual relationships. Blah blah blah. Just tell me.
You scared of?
However you
No.
feeling, just say so, my
Let
nigga.
me
Like
tell
if
you
you don't
something.
want it, if you don't want to, or
I'm all
whatever.
for
Like
the silent shot, bitch. Shoot and take your gun.
Right.
back
If you want to shoot a shot at me, shoot it.
Just
That's
say- just say
'cause
shoot.
I shoot my
I'll
shot.
I'll shoot.
I shoot my shot.
I
I
shot all
period.
the
Same.
time.
Oh, I don't.
And I'm gonna flirt with you for a little bit, but after a while, I'm gonna
bit.
get over it
Over
real
it.
quick. Real quick.
No, I'm
remember,
not doing that.
I don't know if y'all saw, but I posted
I'm having a moment in the studio.
I posted
oh my
an
God.
excerpt of my text conversation. It was me saying, so you get like 3 nude stops, so then like your
I don't
free
want
trial
any
is
nudes.
ended. Like, you know what I'm
All
saying?
right.
Like, hurry up and buy, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these games.
You
Like,
said
let's
it
just
free
fucking.
nudes?
Serious.
Let's just,
Free news, but
you
any
can, like,
other than
get
that,
3.
girls is paying for it.
Yeah.
But no, he's not
3.
going that. I don't hope he's not
I'm
going
not
that route.
Okay.
It's a sample.
But, like,
Anyway, that's not what we're talking about.
sampling?
What I was. What I was saying was that like I'm all the time all the games like the games get someone like just all this
Tiptoe.
dancing around and trying to
Tiptoe.
figure out-
Hopscotch?
No, nigga, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Don't
I'm
you see me
sick.
putting hearts underneath your pictures every day? Stop playing with me.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on out.
You know what? No, but I
You
go
see me
out.
liking your pictures.
that girl.
I go in the DM. I'm like, hey, I would
that
like to see
girl.
it.
I would like to see.
I would like to see it.
We have so many moments. Oh my God, come on, Erin.
So I saw
like to
this
see it.
tweet. Someone had said something about like, oh, I'm so tired of like guys not like basically, you know, let's say I asked to hang out with you, or no, I'm like, what are you doing today? And you're like, oh, nothing, just in the house. And I'm like, oh, okay. And
hate
so
those.
that person, the person basically tweeted that person should have known that he wanted to hang out. And I'm like,
Girl,
what
no, you
is the
ain't say
fucking
it.
ass backwards like that? The logic
am
of that.
a grown person
Bitch,
with
this
a
ain't
mouth
high
and
school.
hands and a there's a way to communicate. Like just communicate. I don't got time. I'm not trying to figure you out. I'm no fucking mind
I'm
reader.
still
Say you want to see Lil
I'm
Mama.
strong with it.
I wish I
I'm
was.
Come on.
I wish I was a tell, but I'm not. So I need you to
on.
fucking tell me what's going on in your head.
I feel like I would be such a hit if I didn't care about people. Like if I didn't care about boys,
Care too
like,
much.
If I didn't care, like just because I know,
You got emotions?
I know, and if everybody who I've like have wanted, there was opportunity for me to get them. I was just trying to be nice. I was just trying to be nice. I should have been like a slutty boy. I should have been a slutty boy. I should have been nasty. That's what it is. That's what it is. And you know what? Y'all might just get savage statty because that's what's going to be.
It's coming up.
Stand.
It's coming.
I'm just too nice. That's what it is.
This is the best
I think
episode
I'm ready for Sam. I want to see this.
Pound Savage Thaddy.
Right.
Savage Daddy, and I'm going to pound that ass every day, like pound Savage Daddy. Well, not pound, but hashtag. I love it. I ain't trying to pound.
Okay.
I'm crying.
What are the questions you got, bitch?
Oh my God. No, it's just. Oh, I don't know. You can take it back now.
She had a sister circle moment.
Oh my
The
God.
girls want to fucking.
So, I mean, do you have any non-negotiables? That's all. I usually always ask the guests that,
Yeah.
but like, do you have any
In dating?
non-negotiables when it comes to dating?
No, I like guys who are shorter than me, which is everybody that I know.
I'm about to say bitch.
Who is not
Now,
shorter
don't
than you,
use
girl?
that. That's already straight off the gate, baby.
I mean, I'm a thick guy. I like thick guys too. So, you know. But like that's not a deal breaker for me. Okay? Like it's not a deal breaker.
Wow.
I can make a lot work. You know, it depends. No,
I'm living.
I don't know. I feel like I really don't have a type. I just like
Bad bitches
I
are
like
the only thing.
handsome men.
Yeah,
Did you say that?
of course.
So yeah, it'd be like a couple of white guys trying to holler at me too, and I'm just saying.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Listen,
Listen, I've been known
What is
to
You've
dip
been
my
known
toe
what?
into
To
the
dip it-
milk
Yeah.
but I'm
She
saying
playing
I don't even
a
want to have to
time
try
or
to milk.
two.
Yeah, I don't.
Look, then they're gonna be
I need
mad.
another one
They're
of
gonna be
these
mad when I'm really a signed person. When I'm really a signed girl out here doing it, and I end up with a white man, they're gonna be like, "Oh snap, he with a white man."
Why
No,
is he- and they're gonna
I'm
be in your
telling y'all,
comments.
I'm in the
Girl,
trenches
Abby.
right now trying
With
to get me
y'all,
with the
right.
king of color.
The DM
Everybody
is
want to
open.
play.
Let's talk about
Everybody
that.
want to play.
Let's
I got
talk
issues with
about
that because
it. Oh, yeah, we have time.
We have time,
Let's
bitch.
talk
We
about
I am
it.
proud for that because I
We got
have
a girl in the
thoughts,
building.
and I just don't get why people care so much.
Care about what?
I think it's really annoying. Like I really do.
Really care about what?
But like basically, black gay men always, well, not always dating white men, but generally, like in society and like specifically like TV, we
Okay.
always send the image of
Wait a
queer
minute.
men.
Black queer celebrities,
Yeah.
you know,
Loving white
people have a
men.
problem with black queer celebrities being with
Yeah.
white partners.
I was watching
Right,
Wendy
because
the
I'm
other
telling
day.
y'all, Sam Smith was in my. We've been conversing.
Come on,
I
Sam
see,
Smith.
bitch.
We've been
I was about
conversing.
to be like,
Get you a
And
Sam
I'm,
Smith.
I'm
Come
gonna
on
be
the
straight
show.
up.
Get
I'm
you
just
a
a little
Sam
bit.
Smith.
Let me get y'all a little
Come on.
exclusive.
I can't.
So
Yes.
me and Sam Smith have been conversing back and forth via DMs and things of that nature. But
Bad
you know,
bitch.
who knows?
Come
When I
on.
pop up in London, don't be mad when I pop up in London
And you hold him
you
from the
see
back.
Phil Smith. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause all my kings of
A
color.
bad bitch is London.
All my kings of color. I was trying to scout them first, but everybody want to
No,
play games
it's
with me.
okay. Daddy Smith.
Get
I am
Daddy
Daddy
Smith
honey.
and do not take. You
I
take his
am
last name, not the
around
other way around. No
The
shade.
next love song gonna be about me. That's all I'm trying to say.
He trying to fall in
My
love. with you, know his
name is
relationships are fucked
Thaddeus
up.
Coates Smith.
Come on.
I'm trying to hit
Period.
that royal wedding.
Period.
Period.
That's a royal wedding that I would attend.
No shade. I'm pulling up because bitch.
I-
I
My name
want to know if
already
Sam
has
got
like
some
a-
friends. It's no.
I hate all of you.
Hey Sam.
I fucking live.
No, wait, did you want to talk about that? The representation and, you know,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
blah,
like me,
blah,
you
blah.
know, I always got some
Girl,
shit to say
do
about
you
it.
see?
The
What you talk
representation?
about, sis?
We having a good time.
It's just weird. Like for me, and I can only speak in my experience, I have never had an attraction to a white man ever in my life. And I'm not like I mean, that's just me and my stance on dating white men. But it's very...
I love that.
It's very hard for me to support these like black... someone that I should be looking up to when it doesn't seem as though they're like really advocating for us when it comes to love and other topics.
I don't. That's not what that means, though.
I didn't
like,
see that either,
That's
Malik.
not what I get from it.
No, me either.
That's not what that means.
No, I think.
But I do.
on
I'll play
some,
devil's
not everybody.
advocate. So I do understand you, like when it
Not
in a
every one of
way,
those.
in a
Yeah.
way, because one of my favorite creatives, he makes he's a photographer and he makes like very like black queer work. And then all of a sudden he popped up and his significant other, like somebody who he's dating, was not of color. So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because in my mind I was like, okay, so I associate with you with like trying to expand the narrative of what it is to be black and queer in America, but like at the same time, you kind of like, you know, with the person who really oppressed you. So I really don't understand how you can really be, you know, sincere
It's a
in your
sticky
fight
situation.
against
Yeah.
oppression.
You know
But
what?
I understand too, because sometimes other color be
Some
like,
things just be
But I just
happening.
think it's just, for me, like, I just feel like it has nothing to do with the outside elements. It's more of just, this is a person that I fell in love with,
right.
or I'm just really into, and it could be that they were something else, and we would have still, if they had the same criteria, we would be like, if they're just going out basically just to find white men because they're just over black men,
Now,
then
listen,
that's like an issue.
that's a little messy.
Right? Then
Yeah.
that's like, you got a lot of internal things you got to figure out and rectify.
But the thing is that we don't know the inner dynamics.
Yeah,
of
that's
anything.
what I'm
That's the
saying.
thing.
That's the
That's
part.
what I want to
Yeah.
say.
Wow.
We
What
don't.
We don't know we don't know anything about these relationships other than what the pictures that we see, and we assign these like mindsets
yes.
and viewpoints and beliefs to them, and then we judge them based on the things that we've assigned to them, and it's like that's not fair because it's like, okay, yeah, you know, I fell in love. That doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not your business who they fell in love with. It's, you know, and who they're with. They're sharing it with you because they want to, but they don't have to. It's not any of your business, and that doesn't have any bearing on what they're doing for black folk, for black queer folk, you know, what have you. It doesn't have any bearing on that, and it's like to hate them, basically, or to
hold on.
rain
I didn't say
hate.
hate.
No, it's not what I'm saying, but like, you know, I see the. Not, I'm not saying you, but I'm just like in general. You know, people they say like really mean things online.
No,
you know,
they
about
be
like
cat-
about Billy
those
Porter,
comments underneath some of those
about
pictures, I be
you
like,
know,
girl,
Laverne
y'all is
Cox,
something else.
about, you know, these different, and it's just like you don't
Laverne,
know
love
anything
her.
about like, I mean, Laverne led us into, you know, her like thinking behind
Yeah.
it, but it's like most of them. You don't know what's going on, and it's like it's none of your fucking business. Also,
It's no shade.
you
They could
know?
have really make Laverne feel good. It's no shade.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I would love to have that conversation that we can't have, but we can't have
Have
it.
it,
So
yeah.
again, because like it's some things that I would really like to ask to be like, girl, like.
But it's like, but the thing is that so that's still operating from a point of you wanting some sort of like you want to understand. So it's like you're demanding an explanation from them.
I'm sorry not to care no shade,
Well-
bitch. You like what you like.
I think it goes, you know, I'm not going to toe to toe, but you always talk about implications.
Yes.
And it goes without saying that I need to dig further to find out like why your mission.
you really said it all. You said it all.
You.
Period.
No shade.
You
Like
really
I
said
need
it all.
to
Did
find
you-
out
did
why.
you
No
pull a
shade.
card?
And
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I
implications.
thought I thought we were playing
implications.
Uno again, and I was like, oh my
He
god.
said uno out.
unfortunately, we can't have that conversation.
I-
but bitch, we need to have that conversation.
that's a
Like,
fair
why
point.
do
I'm down
you
for that
desire a
conversation.
white man?
That's a fair point.
I'm down for that combo.
I'm
It's
down
okay.
for it.
At a
I'm
later
down
It's no
point.
shade, but yeah,
No,
that's all I have to say.
That's a fair point.
You
You use
know
by
it.
implications against
I
me.
know.
Wow.
I ain't never seen it.
No,
That's
no.
like the
She
ultimate
used your
skill
own
right
potions
there.
to fucking sparkle
See,
flame.
but
Didn't
y'all
you?
are
Girl.
reacting. I didn't react
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
I'm
No.
happy.
No,
You
we
my
king-
words
no,
against
we're
me, bitch.
king.
And
We were just
But
surprised that
we
it
were surprised that
happened.
it just happened.
It
Spit my
pains
shit
me-
back at me.
It pains me to say like or make general statements like that because I know people don't digest things well when I say statements like that, but it's no shade.
You
Like
just wanna open up
I
the
just need to
conversation.
know, girl.
You
Like
just wanna
what's
open up the
going
conversation.
on?
Come on out. It's no shade.
Because for me, again, and we're all products of our environment. So for me, like, you know, there's never been a space for me to love a white man at all. So,
Oh wow.
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not like.
There's
I've
something
had-
can be
no,
said about
no.
that though.
No,
Like I
no.
think having discussions and like communicating and like getting to understand dynamics of someone who's willing and open to like explain their dynamics is a beautiful thing. Like I think it allows us to learn more
But we also should never expect that.
I mean, no one's expecting it. I said,
But
if
when it
somebody
comes
who's
up, girl,
willing,
be ready.
You should never
to
ask
express
you know,
and
we should
show.
never ask somebody to explain their relationship to
No.
you. You know,
I mean,
if they
you-
volunteer that information in their interview or like, I know that's not what you're trying to say,
No.
babe. I'm just saying like we should like this sort of thing where we're like, okay, I need to know like what is going on. That's
Every last detail.
Come on.
Well,
I know,
what
that's
that
not-
dick do?
Yeah, maybe the friends, if you're friends with them. If you guys
And
been
then
friends for a
also,
long
I
time,
don't
really
want to
gay.
be like fetishized either. So like, for me to like consider dating somebody of the other race, I would just have to like go down this checklist
Yeah, no, I mean,
and
there's,
everything.
There's
Cover
definitely
checklist.
there's a lot of nuance because you know, dating someone who is black and then dating someone who's not, there's two vastly different
Oh, yeah,
experiences.
girl.
For sure. I'm not, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's not what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to like, you know, bust it open like that. But
I mean,
hey,
Every now
listen,
and then,
yes,
you gotta pull a card.
Trina.
You do what you got to do.
I think
Trina.
that I want to be as successful as those people and not have and be able to love who I want to love. That's the only thing I want to say.
That's valid.
That's the
and
only
real.
thing I want to say
Like
on
salad?
that.
Right.
I
I
bought it
can't.
like salad.
I can't. So yeah.
Back to our creative discussion.
That was real
Well, I mean,
cunt.
We were all over the place.
Let me tell you,
went
no,
to
fuck that. We
relationships.
never
Creatives need
stick
love, too.
to the fucking rules, but we always switching it up.
The past few episodes we've strayed and just like wandered, but I think that they've actually been our best episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shade.
A lot of people, like, especially the last one, people was like, I really, and we did not. We were just all over.
All
the
over
place.
the place.
So like, I
Thrash
think
me
that's
out.
good. So I'm
The
glad.
girls are living.
Thrash me
So
out.
I
me
want
out.
to thank Thaddeus for coming on.
We love you. Yeah.
The love is actually real. Like I love you, and I'm really glad that you came and spent this time with us.
No, I love you, bitch.
So
Stop it.
I want to ask. I want to say, where can the people find you?
You can find me on social media. Instagram, it's at Hippie Potter, HIPPYPOTTER. On Twitter, it's Hippie Potter, so it's ITS Hippie Potter. And yeah, Thaddeus Coates if you want to find anything else.
And let me let y'all know. Like I said, he was an illustrator, but like you have to check out
Check out his
his
shit.
art.
No
Like
shade.
you have to. And what
Buy
was
his fucking word.
Buy his work.
the book that you wrote? What's the name of it?
It's called Shine, the Potterite Chronicles.
Shine the Potterite Chronicles.
Yes. My art is very much for kids of color who need to know that there's so much more and they can be the hero too. So it's like we're writing a whole narrative and like giving them hope and stuff.
That is
Look out for him in American Eagle, and I know you got bigger things coming, so look out for him there as well. What?
Girl, you sound like you closing up, and I ain't even
No.
get my motherfucking time.
I know your time is coming, sis. But
I'm
like,
just saying,
She just
you
wanted
getting
Thaddeus
the
to get her
dick out
things.
and shit, and I'm like,
I want
Sit
bitch.
back.
I'm trying to give Thaddeus the flowers that he deserves.
honey, I want to give him his flowers, the whole bouquet.
All right, girl.
But I was scared that you was closing up the damn
No,
show.
I wanted to give her her thing.
Girl,
just in
I
case.
know how the
God.
show works, baby girl.
No
I've been here
shit.
as long as you have.
Not the
I be getting
bouquet.
scared
All right,
sometimes,
you done? Are you okay?
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
All right, let me finish, and I'm gonna come back to you. Okay.
And that was a word from Aaron.
All right. Okay.
Girl, go ahead.
Thank you. And
Oh my
yes,
God.
so I want to highlight, so check out his dancing videos, you know what I'm saying? He has videos on YouTube, check those out too. Please.
bitch make me
I'm
smile
trying to
every
tell
morning,
you, this
no
is
shade.
someone you do not want to miss. You want to check it out.
Dancing, y'all.
Down in your back, bitch. I was like, oh, bitch, so you want to battle or what?
You want to bet?
No,
Let's
bitch,
go.
You already
You got
what's
served.
tea, mama?
Period.
Because yeah, bitch, you might eat me. No
So
shade.
you going back to that video of you in Madison, or was it Madison Square Garden? You were like in a silky, like a silk robe.
So also,
Eating. Plug yourself, mama.
so also like I'm really into like body positivity as a model of like size and things of that nature. So there was this walk by Christiana. She was on America's Next Top Model. She asked me to be a part of it. Representing like all the males, like a body positivity,
y'all.
because a lot of women talk about being uncomfortable with their bodies and like their journeys and stuff. So like men actually go through things like that too. So I think me being a man of color of my size, of my stature, played football for 4 years, had to like get these gears out. So I pulled out the little Victoria's Secret robe, had
I
the little
seen
burgundy
that.
wine thing,
Yeah.
had the Calvin Klein's on with the
Yeah.
sock garters, and you feel me, with the little Chelsea boots.
You
They was
see
full
me.
leather. You feel me?
Yeah.
But it was a nice experience. I was out there in
was
my
a lot of people
underwear.
out
It was a
there.
lot of people.
Out there, y'all girls was pumping.
Some of the women were trying to grope me. It felt really
As they
uncomfortable.
should.
But
Not, but they should.
yeah.
I can't. So what's next? What's new? What's going on? in the
Okay,
next coming?
so I shot with the Spring Summer collection of American Eagle. That's very new. There's a Target campaign that I'm on that's really new.
Come on out.
I'm doing Warp and Weft, which is like an e-commerce that drops next week. I'm actually the first plus size male model on their website. So like it's very all size inclusive, like denims and stuff. I'm working on like repackaging my book. I'm working on merch. There's like t-shirts that drop like before the end of the month. My birthday's at the end of the month. So like
Okay.
Come on,
Yes.
bitch. Come on, bitch.
there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm like
Sell it.
plugging everything. I'm so sorry.
What date is your birthday on?
March 29th.
Oh, it's 29.
we have the
I
same
told
birthday.
Yeah, I do have this.
Yes. Yeah, my birthday is on the 29th.
Out, bitches.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
another damn
I'm
Come
getting
on,
drunk.
y'all.
It's no
bitch.
shade.
We gonna pull this bitch out. 'Cause
I
you already know what we
actually,
get.
I actually think I'm
Come
having
on
a
out.
little small gathering at my house, so I definitely have
Absolutely.
to
Pull up,
invite
bitch.
you over.
Come on.
Yeah.
We always got the bottles. One ready.
I'll be there.
God.
Drop that.
And a
I'll
meal.
be there.
Come on.
Aries all day.
All day.
The girls can't take, but it's all right.
Right, but
It's a shady circle, but we here.
Just going to the top.
Amen.
Come on.
Okay, so Trey, I guess it's your time.
Trey, it's your time.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my
Aaron,
God.
go ahead. Aaron, do it one more
Pass
time.
it back to
Aaron,
Trey.
Right. It's your fucking time, Trey. Come on, Aaron,
Thank
do
you,
that.
Barbara Walters.
Uh-huh.
It's our motherfucking jam of the motherfucking week time.
Okay.
Okay.
Aaron, baby, what is your motherfucking jam of the
she
week?
got you.
Well, I mean, I guess I'm gonna go.
Okay, bitch.
fuck?
The spotlight's on you.
My jam of the week is "Don't Rush" by Kevin Garrett, off his upcoming album Hoax. And one of my favorites, Elliot Skinner from the band Third Story, is actually singing background vocals on this song. Love it. So please check it out. I keep plugging songs from that album because I love Kevin Garrett, and every song he's released so far has been great. So check it out.
Kevin Garrett's dope.
Yes.
Malik.
I'm starting to lose what I even say now, but anywho, my jam of the week is "Garden." Say It Like That by SZA.
Come on out.
Yeah, so I've been getting into SZA. I get into music really, really late. So, yeah, I've been getting into SZA. So that's it.
Thaddeus.
Okay, I have two. I don't know if people can do that.
Girl.
But I'm
We
doing
ain't do
it.
that in a minute,
But I'm doing it.
everything's going.
Okay, so one of them I listened to this morning. It's by Majid Jordan. It's called "Gave Your Love Away." Off there, the Space Between album, and also there's another one called "Motion" by Emotional Oranges, and it's such an amazing
Yes!
song.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
One of my
I'm here for it.
one of my followers put me on to that song. It is fantastic.
So those are my two jams of the week, guys.
That's it.
I should have had somebody cut your damn mic.
No, you're not the guest. You're gonna cut anybody else. Not the guest.
Cut his
They're
mic.
gonna love them. I promise.
They love you. Down, bitch. No shade. Them jams is cute. I'm gonna check them out.
telling you.
Baby,
I'm
what is your
real.
jams of the
You know, listen. My jams of the week are always mixy and very, very bangy. But my jam of the week is by Tiara Marie, sponsor featuring Soulja Boy.
Yes.
No shade. I was bopping in my house
Got
the
a
other day.
sponsor. Okay.
Got myself a sponsor. I wish, but yeah, that's my jam. Tiara ate that up. That video was cute. Soulja Boy is all over the place right now, but it was a cute song when it was out, you know. And I still caught the vibe the other day when I played it. So coming out, jam of the week, Tiara Marie sponsor.
And my jam of the week is "Good at" by Megan Thee Stallion.
Stallion. Oh,
Yes.
I
I
knew you
officially
would.
decided
I
to
knew
stand
it.
about a week ago.
Oh, definitely.
I love her.
Definitely.
I'm here for
Something
her.
about her makes me feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does she give you Trina vibes? Because I'm getting
It gives
Trina.
me. Well, a lot of people give me Trina vibes, but she gives me the best Trina vibes.
That's there we go.
Cause you know the
Other girl.
the
City girls?
Boulevard girls.
Oh
give
God,
me
not the Boulevard girl. Oh my God. He doesn't
something
mean
else.
that, y'all.
No, I don't mean that. I do.
Oh,
Big Breaking Back, whole
No,
5, 6.
no.
feet.
I don't do that.
Damn.
I don't do that.
Period.
But Megan, I'm down for her. I ride for her. And just she just gives me a good vibe. And I just like big old free, good at Tina Snow. Like this
whole
bitch is
album.
what it
Yeah,
is.
she did it. It
I'm
was
down. I'm ready for Fever. I'm ready for everything that she has to offer.
Come on,
so
Megan.
Megan, keep it up.
Yes.
That's it. Oh, girl, I forgot that I closed shows and stuff. And Anything y'all got to say left? Any
Dad,
shout
what you got
outs?
to say to the people?
Thaddeus, what you got to say?
You want to get your phone number, your DM, so they can shoot their
No
shots?
phone numbers.
I can't.
He already put the.
Yeah, y'all can slide
The
in them
at
if y'all want to slide
Oh
in.
yes,
them.
he said slide in
Come
them
on.
I'll have my
DMs.
people call your people and we'll talk.
Yes,
Don't set for me
come
then.
My people will call your
Yes.
people. That's a cunt move, bitch.
Because
I
his
love
people
that.
did call our people, and so I know it really gets
Oh.
down like that now.
Ew. Ew.
They
I
do.
told you it was a superstar when I met you.
Okay.
I love it.
Any of you lovelies?
Please moisturize.
Okay, honey.
Okay.
Keep being a bad bitch. No shade.
You baby.
We have the patron out there.
Oh
on.
yes.
Get you some stuff, Miss
And we got
Thing.
something real nice for y'all at the end of the month.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have some content coming, so please,
So
please, please, you can
sexy.
sign up. Don't forget, we also have merch, bitch. Go ahead and get that good old merch
And
out
tag
there.
the girls
Yes.
in it. No shade.
And you know, I think new merch is coming soon. I think I want to have a new drop.
Okay.
The weather is about to
The
change.
weather's about
so
to cut. No
I-
more
I feel
sweaters.
like
Time for the tanks.
maybe a bomber or a tank top or something.
bomber would be
something
cute, bitch.
You know,
bomber would be
Or
cute.
like
Yeah.
a tube top.
Okay.
Or a crop
or a
top.
crop
top for
top.
the girls.
I'm down
Okay,
for
time to
some
work it
crop
out.
tops and some hem
Yeah,
leggings.
that would be cute.
Hem leggings.
For the girls.
Like-
Wait a minute
What?
now.
For the
So we're
girls,
gonna
some
get a
bike
pair.
Some hem
shorts.
jock straps.
Okay. Oh,
Whoa.
bitch.
Now,
Right.
bitch,
Wait a
I'm
minute,
already
didn't-
working
didn't
on
we already
hem condoms.
I was about
so
to say, didn't we say something about the
I'm
condoms
just
a
letting you
while
know.
back?
Okay.
Hem condoms are
Hem condoms
coming.
are coming.
I'm there for that.
Let
Stay
it be
safe,
known.
is the
Hem
best
condoms.
bet.
We gonna keep y'all
you
pretend that
some.
hem condoms are coming.
Also, I just want to say, getting back to something that we used to do when we first started, when you listen to the show and you just want to shout us out, or something
Give us some
important
love.
comes up, hit us up on Twitter. Use hashtag him. Let us know what you think about the episode, bitch.
Come on.
Show us
the same love you've been showing us all day, baby.
But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, and you can catch us every motherfucking Wednesday.
Every motherfucking Wednesday.
And we love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Bust down, bust it, bust it, bust down. Oh, bust down, Tatiana, bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down.